I feel like it's like we waited until the very last day of the year to get all of the things emptied in our house. It's the weirdest thing. Okay. Today, I am doing my Q4 for 2024 beauty empties. So this is all about the empties that I have accumulated over the last quarter in terms of all things beauty except for makeup. So my makeup empties and purchases all filter into my makeup rehab series. These all filter into my end of year empties, which you guys will also see later. I just need to get them out of my bucket and into my end of year empties location so that I can start tallying and bringing that video to life for you, because it's always such an amazing video. But that is what we're doing today. So if all things beauty empties sounds like something you're interested in watching, please hang out. Please keep watching. For those of you new here, hi, my name is Donna. I'm a lover of all things high and colorful beauty and self-care. And ultimately, this is my self-care. This is what I do to soothe my soul. I hope it also soothes yours. I like to come out here and talk to you guys about the good, the bad, the ugly of all the things I'm bringing into my collection, all the things that are leaving my collection in terms of beauty, makeup, self-care. I hope that sounds like something you're interested in watching. I hope that at the end of the day, you're super pleased with me, you love hanging out, and you'll want to subscribe before you go. I would love to welcome you into my YouTube fam here. And with that said, let's roll in to this beauty empties, because you guys, I have a ton. There's actually like 5 things that are sitting outside of the bucket that I can't fit in the bucket. So let's roll into this. There is only one oral care thing that I have on here. So this is the Moon Lunar Peppermint Charcoal Whitening Fluoride Anti-Cavity Toothpaste. It's quite a mouthful. I do believe that this is Kendall Jenner's brand, correct? Listen, I love this Moon toothpaste and it is expensive. This, dude, lasted me so long. I think I purchased it around Christmas time last year, and I started using it then, and then I just emptied it. I think I just started my new one in October, so it took me a good 10 months to use this in entirety, and maybe that's about how much toothpaste I'm using. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm using too little toothpaste. I also don't feel like I'm using too much toothpaste, but I just use like a pea-sized amount on my little like automatic toothbrush, and I feel like that's a perfectly fine amount of toothpaste. But this lasted me forever. So while this is expensive, I do think it is well worth the price. I felt like my mouth felt cleaner. I felt like my teeth felt cleaner. I don't know that I feel like it whitened my teeth at all, but I did love it. I did love it. And I do think that in the moment, it felt like my teeth looked whiter. That said, I did just go back to a regular old, not charcoal whitening toothpaste by Moon, but also another Moon toothpaste. Again, I feel like they're well worth the price. I do feel like they tend to get a little bit messy on the top, but they're a little bit thicker than like your Crest whitening or something like that. But I did love this toothpaste and I would repurchase it because I have. I do feel like the price tag is worth it because they last so long for me. I only have a couple of tools in here, and they are these guys, and these were recent ads. So these are 2 brushes that I have. One is Japanesque, and it is a 718 brush, I believe, just a little like contour brush. And the reason why I'm getting rid of this is because I used it, and every single time I use it, I find little black hairs all over my face, and I don't want that. That's not the life I want to live. So I am getting rid of that brush because it is shedding. And then this one I am getting rid of because it is so pokey. I use this one for eye primer on my lid, and it was just uncomfortably pokey. This is just a Glamlight brush that came in the like paint palette. I think it was the bigger of the paint palettes. So it's like inconsequential to my brush collection in the first place. I didn't spend any extra money on this brush. I did on this one. This one was sorely disappointing, but I have had this brush in my collection for a few years. That said, I've had brushes in my collection for way longer than a few years that are still going strong in my collection. The next category, let's go with fragrance. So I do have 4 of the like wallflowers that you can get from Bath and Body Works, and then I also have a perfume in here. So the 4 wallflowers that I have in here, I'm not actually 100% sure which ones they are. I saved the little dudes because I did buy them in like 2 packs, and when you buy them in 2 packs, they don't come with the notes attached to them. I think this one is pumpkin pecan waffles, which smells so good, and I would purchase it again. It's like a snack. However, I do feel like it could get really sickeningly sweet in small rooms, so definitely don't put it into a room like this where you're closing up the bedroom every single day. One of them was Marshmallow Fireside. I believe it was this one. Also smells so good, and I do think that this one actually was less sweet than the pecan one, but I would repurchase this one too. This one would be more suited for smaller rooms that you're closing up and still have that sweet cookie smell in your room without it being overly sugary. And then I believe these 2 are Coffee and Whiskey, which has become like my new favorite scent from Bath and Body Works. As weird as that sounds, it is such a beautiful sweet scent while also being kind of masculine. So it has warm and comforting as its fragrance like profile, and it has lightly brewed coffee, hint of vanilla, bold Irish whiskey are the scent notes, and I feel like that wholeheartedly embodies the scent of these, and again leans really masculine while also being sweet. So this is my new favorite fragrance from Bath and Body Works, and will continue to purchase this as long as it exists. The fragrance that I have is the Kayali Love Fest, which is warm cherry. This was supposed to be a like dupe of a Tom Ford fragrance. I think it's his, I can't remember which one it's supposed to be a dupe of. It smells really good. I will say it's not my favorite by Kayali. I do love the apple one. The juicy apple one is my favorite by Kayali, hands down. This one was just a slight bit too floral in my humble opinion, and I liked it. I just didn't 100% love it. I was able to finish this one through decapanning though, so really happy to have that fragrance out of my collection as well. And I think it's like the only fragrance that I have that I emptied this year. Sadly, maybe it's 2. Maybe I've finished 2 fragrances this year. Sadly, I think both of them are like purse sprays, but those work so good. And I'm thinking about buying the little like decanters that you can from Amazon for fragrance, because I have a ton of fragrance over there that I'm not even using because you can't carry these big ass bottles with you everywhere. So I'm thinking about buying some of those little decanters so that I can decant some of my fragrances into those and carry those with me instead and get some use out of my bigger bottles of fragrances. You all have seen my fragrance collection, I hope, and if not, I will link it up in the cards for you to go peruse. The next thing I want to talk about is, let's go with shampoo, or a hair care, I guess. So I have a couple of things that I was able to use in hair care through like Turn and Burn. I don't know the life of that on my channel, but I have this Dry Bar Cure Liqueur. This is a restorative pre-shampoo treatment oil. It is a product that I didn't feel like did a whole lot of anything for my hair, so definitely not something that I would repurchase. And as a matter of fact, I love that it was a pre-shampoo treatment oil, because this did make my hair feel so gross while it was in my hair. So I probably would not repurchase that. Then I had this Perfect Repair Treatment Mask. This is a treatment mask, which is a bamboo and keratin fortified deep conditioning treatment to help smooth and strengthen your hair. And I do feel like this did a really good job of making my hair look smoother. You know, when you have vivids, it's really hard to like take a moment out of your vivid time frame and put a mask on your hair that you're afraid might take the color out of your hair. I would say this didn't do any of that, but also did a lot to like tame some of the frizz that I get done in my hair, and really did make my hair feel more healthy and at least more hydrated, if not more strengthened. So really did like this. It would be a mask that, or yeah, a mask that I would consider maybe purchasing in the future. Who knows? I have, again, you know, so much hair care, so many treatment masks. As a matter of fact, I just gave my daughter a treatment mask because I just have so many things that I don't foresee myself ever purchasing that. I do think that I have a full size over there though in my plethora of things. This shampoo is a shampoo that I myself use, and it is the Rakuten Acidic Bonding Concentrate shampoo. I also use the conditioner, but I go through conditioner way less than I go through shampoo because I tend to use like a color depositing conditioner instead of a regular old conditioner. It's a really good shampoo. I will say without a conditioner backing it up, your hair still feels a little bit I don't know, not like good, but also not bad, if that makes any sense. It is a really great shampoo, I feel like, for helping to create intense health to color treated hair. Like, it really does help for that bonding process in your hair, in the strands of your hair. Do I think it's better than like Olaplex? Maybe, maybe not. I do love it though. It is a shampoo that has been in my empties over and over and over again for the last couple years for sure. These two were actually my son's. Like, he suffers from dry scalp or dandruff. These are the shampoo and conditioner by Pantene. I don't necessarily think these are the best shampoo and conditioners. I think that because I have used them in the past, in the way past, not because I suffer from dandruff, but because like they're cheap, right? They're cheap. Pantene Pro V, this is the Daily Moisture Renewal, and it is specifically made for folks that suffer from dry scalp or dandruff of some sort. My son loves these. He thinks that they're great. He thinks that they smell good. I think that they smell fine. They're fine. They are inexpensive though, and you can get these big size bottles for like $15 a piece versus like $50 a piece. So really great for him. He loves them. I don't necessarily think that Pantene is the best. I think that there are better like dry scalp shampoos that you can get. And interestingly, he goes through conditioner way faster than he goes through shampoo. So like his conditioner bottle is quite a bit bigger than his shampoo bottle, but he also ends up finishing them at the same time, which I never do that. When he finished those, I did give him some Way shampoo and conditioner. I did get a shampoo and conditioner in gratis for all fine, medium, and thick hair, and I gave him the thick hair. I kept the medium hair and I gave my daughter the fine hair, which her conditioner is in here right now. I can't remember if she finished the shampoo yet or not. He did love this. He thought that this smelled amazing, and it really does. It really does smell amazing. It doesn't have that St. Bart's smell to it, but it is really great. This did not help, so says he, with the dry scalp and the dandruff portion of what he needs shampoo and conditioner for. It's funny, the back of it says, "Been dreading this all week?" ? This rich moisturizing shampoo strengthens and calms thick hair with keratin, smoothing marshmallow root, shea butter, and avocado oil to fight frizz from start. So cancel that blowout appointment. You won't need it. I do feel like his hair looked and felt more manageable while he was using this, but it didn't help with that dry scalp that he suffers from. My daughter loved the fine shampoo and conditioner that I gave her. She has strawberry blonde hair. You guys have seen her here on camera. She did love this. I think she uses too much conditioner on her hair, if I'm being honest with you, because it always looks like it's just so drab. I wish that she wouldn't use conditioner faster than she uses shampoo, although I can honestly say I don't know if the shampoo is already something that I went through in the previous Empties videos for quarter 3 or quarter 2, whatever, but she does like the way, again, it doesn't have that St. Bart smell that I wish it did. She actually prefers Chi, but she didn't mind it. It was good. This one says, weighed down. We get it. This lightweight conditioner will give you softness, bounce, and volume without the extra weight. Keratin and biotin strengthen, while chia seed oils keep hair nourished. So you can spend less time photoshopping your hair and more time living a full life. So that is the same shampoo and conditioner for the thick hair, only more lightweight. I do feel like that shampoo is amazing. I myself like the medium hair version of it. So I do have pretty thick hair, but I don't like the thick hair version because it is too heavy for my hair, in my humble opinion. But really good shampoos and conditioners, I would suggest them, but I prefer for my hair the Rakuten ABC over the Way. And my son prefers the Pantene over the Way because the Pantene helps with the dry scalp and the dandruff, as well as the cleanliness and the manageability of his hair. For hand soaps, I do have 3 hand soaps, which is interesting because I think last time I had 1 and was like, where's all the hand soap? This one is the Bath & Body Works Cherry Almond Shortbread. Amazing. This smelled so good. This was in my bathroom. I loved it so much. The scent notes on this are warm vanilla shortbread, candied almonds, and cherries. And I feel like this smelled like, like there is a like alcoholic beverage of sorts that, yeah, I felt like this smelled like. And now I cannot put my finger on the name of it, but I actually quite love this. This smelled so good. Really overwhelmingly cherry, a lot more cherry than vanilla in my humble opinion. Really almondy also. Really loved this. Would repurchase this for sure. It smelled so good and I felt like my hands smelled good. We had this red cherry and oud fragrance that is, the scent notes on it were dark red cherries, agave drizzle, and oud wood. I'm just not sure that I am the right person for oud. There's a lot of people that really love oud. I'm not sure that I love oud because I don't really like this. It had a really like musky man scent to it, which I'm not 100% offended by. I'm just also not 100% in love with my hands smelling like this, or like a man, like I drenched my hands in men's cologne every single time I washed my hands. So not a fan of this one, probably wouldn't repurchase it. And then I also had the sugared maple lane one in the like designer bottle. This one had fragrance notes of maple drizzle, warm citrus sunshine, and brown sugar. It reminded me of fall, crisp fall leaves. As sugary as it sounds, it really wasn't as sugary as I anticipated it would be. It actually smelled really good. I would probably repurchase this, but this would be more of a, if you guys are familiar with my bathroom scent versus my kitchen sink scent profiles, this would be more of a kitchen sink scent because I just feel like it has a little bit more of a cleaner and fresher feel to the scent profile than say like this one does, right? This one smells good enough to eat, smells like a snack. This one smells clean and fresh, like fresh cleaned laundry. I also have this Tree Hut Papaya Paradise Shea Sugar Scrub. Y'all know if you've been around here for a while, these are my, I don't know why I just opened that for you. It's see-through. You can see right through it. But every single time I take a shower, I am using one of these to exfoliate my skin. They are my favorite. I don't know that I love the scent of this one. I think it smells like peach rings. in my mind, it smells like peach rings. And I love peach rings, but I can only handle so many of them because the smell of them really turns me off. It's like very, very fake peach, of course. I do like it. I just am not 100% sold on the scent of it. I will always repurchase Shea Sugar Scrubs though, so that is just another one in my collection that I am repurchasing. And this is the Josie Marin Whipped Argan Oil Ultra Hydrating Body Butter that I was able to finish. And this took me 400 years to finish, I swear. I am so glad to be done with it though, because I have so many other body fragrances in my collection that I'd like to be utilizing. This one does say that it is the Vanilla Fig body butter. I don't know if she has multiple different scents, but that's the one that this one is. I feel like this is well worth money. It lasts forever. A little tiny bit goes a very long way with this. The one thing that I don't love about this is that I can put it on and wait 30 minutes and then put on my clothes, and I still feel like my clothes are saturated on the inside with the body butter that I just slathered all over my body and let sink in. So I don't feel like it sinks into the skin as quickly or as much maybe as I would like it to. It does hydrate though. I would like it just to like grip onto my clothes a little less. I know that you guys have heard me say this before, but I do not buy single use makeup cleansers. So I don't buy the facial wipes, but I did have a friend buy me a pack of 4 facial wipes from TJ Maxx because they were in Betsy Johnson. I love Betsy Johnson like so much. Like her aesthetic is just all me. Like I love Betsy Johnson. So this friend of mine bought me these. I have 3 more as of last quarterly empties. I think I had 3 more to use. I was able to use 2 in this quarter, and I'm almost done with the last of the 4 packs that I had. So these are completely used. I had the vitamin C cleansing facial wipes and the rose hip facial wipes. I do not like rose scented anything on my face. I don't think rose is necessary. These smelled like rose so bad. So I did not love these ones. That said, I was using these mostly for like swatches. Like when I do swatches, I've recently been doing swatches for my palette roulette on my daughter's arm. Because she's very, very pale and it shows up very, very well on her if I can get a great picture. I mostly use these for that purpose. There is an occasion where I will use them on my face, but it's not that often. When I would use this on my face, like my face would be so broke out. When I'd use this on my daughter's arm immediately would react. And I think it's because of the rose. I'm just not sure. It wasn't the same necessarily for the vitamin C ones, but these ones also smelled very heavily of citrus. So I understand that these are additional like fragrances that they're putting into these. I just think that they put way too much into these 2. I won't repurchase this kind of thing, but I'm going to use them if they're in my collection and somebody buys them for me. The other thing that I have in here is the Clinique Take the Day Off Makeup Remover for lids, lashes, and lips. This is fine. It's a fine makeup remover. It reminds me a lot of the Lancome by Facile, which I am currently using. I think I have another one of these in my collection. I get them in gratis all the time. They're fine. I don't use this kind of product to take off my makeup because I do feel like it leaves my skin feeling a little bit gross, like oily, and I don't love the feeling of that on my skin. I don't use micellar water for the same reason. It works in a pinch, that much I will say. It took me forever to get through this because that's how I use it. I mean, I've been using this one for like, I think I finished this in October. I opened this one up in October. You guys can see like there's hardly any of it used because that's just how I use these products. Like if I don't get to our bathroom to wash my face before the love of my life goes to bed, I will use this kind of thing to take the makeup off my face and then go into my kids' bathroom and get a washcloth and get the hottest water I can get on it and then wipe it off of my face because I do not like how it feels. It's fine. It's good. It does remove. It does do what it says it's going to do. That's what I can give you. I just personally don't like it, so I don't typically like buy those kind of things. But again, I'm going to use them if I get them in my collection. From a skincare perspective, I do just have a few things, which is very sad to me because I know I use a lot of skincare. So why this is all I have in my, like, I'm afraid that I maybe have accidentally thrown out some skincare. I do know that I also have a couple bottles of skincare over there that are almost empty. So if December had lasted just 2 more weeks, I'd probably have a lot more in here, but I'm really disappointed with myself in that this is all I have used up in the last 3 months because I feel like it should be more. First and foremost, I have a single-use sheet mask. This is also not something that I buy, right? I'm not into single-use tossable items. Like, I want to save the planet as much as I personally can. Single-use items is something that doesn't help save the planet. So this is a Goodnight PM mask by Meg. I do think this was a great mask for nourishing and moisturizing my skin. I feel like it was good enough in a pinch. It is something that I used in my turn and burn. It is also something that I have running rampant in my collection because I used to subscribe to Ipsy. I have never bought a sheet mask ever. They've all come to me through Ipsy or gratis. This is one that came to me through Ipsy. I do think that I have another one also in my turn and burn. It was just fine. It's fine. The one thing that I did like about it is I did feel like it had an awful lot of serum in it, which I loved because I could use it the next day as well as just a serum on my face. And the mask fit my face. I have a rather large melon, so for a sheet mask to fit my face, that is a win. And I felt like that one did. The next thing I have on here, in here is this. Oh, this would have been a body item. Sorry about that. Let's rewind and go back to body items. This is the Sol de Janeiro Boom Boom Body Scrub. This was just a free gift with purchase I think I got from maybe Sephora, or maybe it was a point perk from Sephora. I can't imagine myself spending 100 points on this, but I cannot remember where this came. Maybe it came to me in gratis. I'm just not 100% sure. I did like this body scrub, but I mean, the scent of it, heaven, right? It smells like the Boom Boom cream. That said, I do like this one much better. I felt like this one didn't have enough like seruminess in it. Therefore, it all just kind of, like, I could have put it into a ball and threw it if I wanted to, is how, like, not rough, but how thick. You love seeing the like the EMC score, blah 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 across the like, I did not love how thick this was. When you're used to something like this just felt weird and like almost scratchy, if that makes any sense. Now, the way St. Bart's one I loved, it had like the perfect amount of serum to scrubby bits. This one just had, I think, just too much scrubby bits. That said, this is just a little tiny guy, so I'm not sure if that's what the full size feels like, but I didn't love this for sure. It definitely doesn't draw me into purchasing a full size of it either. So back to skincare. These also I use through Turn and Burn. This is the Dr. Dennis Gross Hyaluronic Marine Do It Right Eye Gel, which I absolutely loved. I thought it was fantastic. I would purchase it, except for the price of it is absolutely astronomical. And I have a ton of eye cream that I get in gratis, right? So lucky me, I get a bunch of skincare in gratis, so I don't have to repurchase something like this. But if I was in the market to purchase an eye cream that I knew was going to work, I do feel like this one would work. While I was using this, I do feel like I could see the difference between like how my under eyes looked, and I loved it. I also felt like it did a lot for nourishing and moisturizing my under eyes without leaving them greasy, so I would repurchase this in a heartbeat if I was in the market to repurchase an eye cream. This is the Sun Balm Restoring Face Mask. This has banana, aloe, and brown algae in it. And this is supposed to be a hydrating and soothing face mask, and I do find that it was hydrating and soothing. The weirdest thing was that it was like this teal color, which was unexpected. It smells a wee bit like mint, which was also unexpected. I felt like it was very cooling on my skin. I think this is meant for like after sun care when you get too much sun. It does seem like it would feel appropriate for after sun care when you get too much sun on your skin. I liked it. I would purchase it if I had a sunburn on my face. I wear a lot of sunscreen though, so I doubt that will ever happen ever again in my life. But I remember a time when I could have used this. I could see this being a part of my life if I was, you know, living in Eastern Washington still and accidentally got a sunburn, even if it wasn't for my face, even if it was for like my shoulders or my chest or something like that, I would purchase that for it. It was very nice, and I did like that product. The next thing I have here is the Chanel Numero Un. This is their revitalizing cream. And I have so many of these samples. I think I have enough of these samples in these little tiny sample containers, which are 0.5 milliliters or 0.17 fluid ounces, to have enough to make up for like a full size. I think I said that in the Turn and Burn in which I used this. I did not love this. I don't love it at all. I don't think it's all that fantastic. I didn't feel like it did much to like give me any more moisturization than something else in my collection would. It's definitely not worth the money because it doesn't do anything special, in my humble opinion, than any other moisturizer that I could have. So I will use the little tiny sample dudes that I have of it because I have them, but I didn't think it was something special and definitely not something I'd spend the money on. And then last but not least, obviously, overall, but least of all for skincare, I have this Bare Minerals Skin Longevity Long Life Herb Serum. This is a 1 ounce version of this, which is $48 for a serum, which I don't think is super outlandish to pay for a serum. This is a serum that has niacinamide and is a mineral-rich long life herb serum, whatever that means. It is clinically shown to strengthen skin's barrier by 45% to help resist damage. The serum dramatically improves visible signs of aging, reduces the look of fine lines, and improves texture and boosts radiance. I do feel like when I was using this, I did see kind of the sallowness of my skin kind of leave and bring back some of that like radiance to my skin. I don't know that this is necessarily anti-aging. I don't think it did anything to help any kind of like the texture of my skin as far as like moisturization goes. I do have like aging, dehydrated skin. So because of the dehydration, I do have like quite a bit of texture in this area where you can tell that I need to drink more water for sure. But other than that, like I don't have a whole lot of like fine lines and wrinkles. Yes, I have fine lines and wrinkles in here. I am 48, so I can't get past the fact that I'm almost 50 years old, right? I am going to have signs of aging in my skin. I don't know that this helped that at all. I do feel like, though, that it did make my skin look more radiant while I was using it. I do feel like it was good in that way. I liked the serum. It was really nice and lightweight. I feel like it took me, you know, probably a good 4.5 weeks to get through the serum, which I think is a good amount of time. I don't know if I overuse it. If I'm overusing it, I'm not overusing on purpose, but I do put like 3-ish squirts in my hand and then rub them together and then rub it on my face and then press it in. So maybe I'm overusing, but I do feel like that the 3 pumps that you're getting out of this are not a whole lot of product. And I have a big melon, as I stated earlier in this video. But I do feel like that 4.5 weeks is not an awful short amount of time for a $48 serum, right? That's just a little over $1 a day. And I don't feel like that's outlandish. That's one thing that I have to say about this serum is I do feel like it did something for my skin, even if it is just bringing the radiance into my skin, that wasn't there in that moment, and it's not expensive. Like, you could spend way more money on a serum. You could spend way less money on a serum, but you could spend way more. I do have a couple more of these in my collection. I'm happy to have them in my collection. I get them in gratis all the time. This one I think I also got in gratis, so really happy to have those items in my collection. The niacinamide is supposed to help with, you know, of course, the hydration in your skin. So key to every skincare routine, this clean serum strengthens skin to better resist damaging environmental aggressors and stress. Whatever that means. I have no idea what that means. It's made for all ages, skin types, and tones. Dermatologist tested, non-comedogenic. The niacinamide is also known as vitamin B3, right? This helps to strengthen the skin's barrier as well as soften the look of fine lines and wrinkles. Again, I don't know that I saw that, but the mineral-rich plant extracts that were in here, responsibly sourced, helps to strengthen skin's barrier and smooth texture. Again, unsure. California poppy in there is an antioxidant that helps to combat free radical and environmental damages. I don't know. I don't know that I saw any kind of protection from free radicals from that, but I did like the serum. So I'm going off of knowing that I like the serum. I felt like it did a lot to repair radiance in my skin at a time when my skin looked tired and old. So there's that. With that said, I hope that you guys enjoyed the quarterly empties that I had for you as the Q4, coming out of Q4 update for 2024. I will continue to do quarterly empties through 2025. You will see all these products again in my year of empties video that I always do, my wrap up of empties, which includes all of my makeup and my beauty empties for the year, as well as totals and the amount of money that I spent versus what I emptied in it. And it is always an exciting video for the year. So I hope that you hit the subscribe button, stick around, hit the notification bell so you're notified every single time I upload. And I would love to see you down in the comment section as well. I always get excited to talk with you guys down there. Let me know what you think about the empties that I have, the things that I had to say. Sorry about the tangents I went on, but I look forward to hearing from you down there. And with that said, thank you guys so much for being here today. I hope that you and yours are well. I hope that you are all safe and healthy and getting along as best as you can. I hope that you are all loving each other, being kind humans, and living your best life here in the brand new 2025 year. And until next time. Bye, guys.